away, but there it is. That's the one up here at the top. So we're both using the same charge power. So far, that's pretty decent hand. Yeah, I mean it's okay. Getting the 4 resources there, that's really good. That's all threshold requirements met. I don't actually think I need. Yeah, I don't have any 2 threshold wildcards actually, because I did take out Crash of Beasts. I couldn't really fit it in with what I wanted to do. But having early Inquisitors is pretty nice. But yeah, I mean this. I would have liked to have, like, instead of one of these bottles, a Sensei or a bottle. I mean, instead of one of the resources, a bottle and a Sensei there would have been nice. Because as you can see, I don't really have a turn 1 play unless I draw a bottle here. Like if I draw a bottle, that'd be sweet. But yeah, he started off with a bottle, so that's nice for him. So yeah, another resource. That's not really what I wanted. Because yeah, I mean my highest cost card in the deck, I believe, is 4. So I mean I don't really need a lot of resource. I mean obviously they do give me more blockers and stuff, but yeah. I mean, with my opponent going first, that means he's going to get a scout out pretty quickly, most likely, which is not not ideal. So he's got he's hit what he wanted. That's the really hitting a bottle and a Sensei on in your opening hand, or most likely did. That's a really nice start for him. Already it's filtering for him, gets him a troop on board. That's something he can start buffing up with a Root Dancer if he's got it. So there's my Root Dancer, but as you can see already, because I'm going second here, yeah, I could just take, I'm not going to take damage yet, and I am going to be able to bring in Inquisitor, followed by Root Dancer, then buff the Inquisitor, hopefully. I mean, that's ideally what I want to do here. But yeah, I basically need to play the Inquisitor first, because if he plays a Scout here, which is likely, well, okay, maybe not, he has, use the bottle instead, so no scouts coming down just yet, so that's good. But as you can see, all that filtering and stuff, all that cantrip effects he's got there, he's now still at 6 cards. The 1 damage, not important. But yeah, I mean, just luckily no scout just yet. And this necessary sacrifice I can use on battle hoppers. I've got other stuff I can use it on as well, but I'm probably gonna end up using it on a battle, one of my charge power hoppers, unless I draw something else. So yeah, definitely playing Inquisitor here. Get some damage in. Cantrip just means you got a card that when it enters play, you then draw another card. So this card, for example, when it enters play, he draws a card. So you get that, you play the card, but then you get another one anyway. So I think I just got another resource. That's not really what I wanted there. So let me think about this. Obviously I'm playing the Inquisitor, getting 3 damage. Now, if he's running Atrophy, that will be problematic. He's probably got that sideboarded. I mean, I sideboarded Atrophy myself, but I don't think he would be running. I don't think he'd have room, because I couldn't fit lots of stuff in the deck, like Crash of Beasts even, or Scouts even, with what I've got planned. So let's play out the Hopper. Could have been a mistake playing the Hopper there, but I really doubt it. I don't think, he obviously he could extinct, but that would be just silly, so the Hopper should be fine. So I'm playing it out now, just to get it on the board. And the reason for that is if he does kill this with like a murder, because he doesn't want to take, he's got a blocker, so he doesn't have to kill it. And he most likely won't. I'd be surprised if he doesn't play, like, so he's playing a resource first, so no Root Dancers in his hand. So I mean, he's off to a interesting start. He's not attacking here. Maybe he is going to extinct. This is really confusing. I mean, obviously I'm not going to attack, not going to block this. Even if he combat tricks it, sure, he gets some damage in. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to do something, because why would you want to just take 3 damage needlessly? So maybe it is an extinction, which, to be honest, that would be very surprising. So I'm really confused now. Maybe he's just going to murder it on my turn. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of here that would make sense. That's the only thing. Why would you attack if you're not going to take care of the thing that's going to hurt you? So I'm going to do this real quick before he does murder. Actually, he might murder. No, okay. So bang, we now get this guy buffed. So that's, now that we've got it buffed, even if he now kills this, it returns for 5 damage. So that's what I wanted there. That's the ideal scenario with the Inquisitor here. And now, I'm still surprised he still hasn't murdered this yet, because I'm swinging in, swinging in for 5. So does he really just not have anything? Wow, I am really surprised. So this is a really good start. This is ideal scenarios here. Getting, not only that, next turn I can just draw a bunch of cards, and I've got another Inquisitor I can start buffing if he gets rid of this one. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. But obviously this is still early. Still early in the game. Anything could happen. I'm also surprised he didn't bring in a Battle Hopper. Now he brings it in, because he could have done that before, and that would have blocked the Inquisitor damage. So maybe the nerves are getting to him. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. But I'm pretty sure he could have brought that in last turn. He's at 6. He was at 6 charges just then, so he definitely could have. But yeah, pretty much Soldak. I'm in a very dominant position here. So not only that, I've got Life Siphon in hand. So I'm going to have 6 resources soon. So honestly, I could do a few things here. I don't need to keep buffing this guy because he does have chump blockers. I could bring in the other Inquisitor, and then play a resource. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much game. Another Life Siphon. So let's see. As I was saying, I can just bring in this. This is going to take out a chump blocker anyway. So yeah, I think my best bet is to just bring in the other Inquisitor here. Get in that 3 damage. This is just a really nice start. And then I'll buff this one. As I was saying, I could buff that, but it's really, unfortunately you can't do it before the trigger. But yeah, we'll buff this one. I could buff the Battle Hopper as well. But yeah, this just means, if they both were to die, I just replay them both and my opponent dies. But yeah, I got the fact that I got these as well. This is ridiculous. So my opponent has to block here. There's really, I could even attack with this if I wanted. Let's see, he's got 5 resources though, so he may have a combat trick. I don't really need to, so let's not. I've got my board presence is, getting these both buffed up now is, he can't now atrophy them. There's nothing he can do to just negate these completely. Atrophy will not work now that they're buffed. So they go to the grave. Even if he puts them back in my hand, if he murders them or something, yeah. It's the first game, Disordia, and I just got a really nice opening. My opponent's got plenty of resources and plenty of cards in hand. He's just, I don't know. I'm really kind of confused. Maybe he's got some surprises up his sleeve for me. I really don't know. So let's see. Honestly, I don't see how I can lose this, but the fact that he's sitting on 6 resources and still hasn't done anything is just really confusing me. Either he's just got the worst hand imaginable. So there's my extinction, so let's just, even though these are just going to get blocked, I could buff this just to get in 2 damage. It's really not needed, so let's just make these bigger so when they return to the battlefield they crush my opponent even further. So I think I will, I might as now just attack with those. There's really no point taking risks. My opponent can delay, I'm going to Life Siphon for 6 and then next turn he dies in many ways. So there goes the block there. I guess he could have like a bunch of Life Siphons in hand. So he might just start Life Siphoning next turn. But yeah, I'm going to start now and I've got damage on board still, so yeah, let's do that. So yeah, as you can see, I'm in a very good position here. I don't really see how I can lose. Even if he somehow wipes the board, I just replay a dude and he dies, so he has to do too much. There's no way he can answer everything I've got here. Even if he if he Life Siphons here for say 7, he still dies. If he kills my board, he still dies. It's just, yeah, it's just GG. Just thinking about, yeah, it is just I'm very surprised. I probably won't even sideboard anything, because, I mean, he may sideboard in Atrophy. I could, one of my plans was actually, and let me just GG and finish this, and then I'll talk a bit. So apparently he's on all resources, so if he's got 7 resources in hand, that's just amazing. That's just, really bad. Maybe he's running a bunch of resources, I don't know. I went to 23, because my highest cost card is 4, so... if I wanted to be extra safe, I could have gone 24, but I think 23 was alright, and as you see, it worked out pretty nicely this game. So let's just Life Siphon for the win. So, good game. So, yeah. That was a pretty quick one. Unfortunately for my opponent, he didn't really get to do much. So let's quickly, I'm not going to be, I don't think I'm going to sideboard in out, or, obviously I didn't really see much of his deck at all, so let's load my deck. I don't think I'm going to change much. Let's have a quick look. So, yeah, I mean, as you can see, had I got this out early and say he did get a scout, I could block with this, a couple turns if needed. It would then, die, turn into a battle hopper. I could block again. I could then possibly combat trick to take out the scout with wild growths. You've got the extinction to kill it. Your main troops are obviously the Inquisitor with the Root Dancer to just buff that. You've got other ways to buff the Inquisitor with Blood Aura to get yourself some life back. You've got Necessary Sacrifice, which combos well with the Charge Power plus the Shinhair Highborn. Then you got Call to the Grave. Now, what I was planning for this is because I was pretty sure he was going to use his Scout deck again, the Wild Blood deck. And because I'm in Wild Blood as well, I was planning I could just kill his Scouts and then say he's buffed them up and I kill them with Extinction. I then go, thank you very much, and pluck it out of his grave. Because as you can see, it says from a graveyard and put it into your hand, so I could steal his own troops. Because, that's something he runs in his deck to get it back. So say he does lose the cards, he can run Call to the Grave and just get it back. But I have the potential to get it before him, because I could say Extinction and do it in the same turn, potentially. So that was the idea behind the Call to the Grave. Also, I could grab other stuff, say I absolutely needed a troop, I could grab one of these to get that cantrip effect again. But yeah, and I can also grab back Root Dancers if I absolutely needed to. Or I could even grab one of these, because they do come back out, and, again, it's 2 blockers, basically. So, I really wanted to grab his, kill his Scout with, a combat trick or something, and then just grab it, or just kill it by Extinction, and then, say he's buffed it to, really big. Kill it and then steal it. I really was hoping to show you guys that. So let me quickly just check my sideboard here, and see if there is actually anything I want to put in. So let me just quickly double check that. What I could do now is what I was thinking of doing, just in terms of a tactical perspective. I was thinking of now, because he knows I've got Inquisitors, and therefore he will probably run something to counter them, like at Atrophy. I could risk it, and I might, but what I could now do is just run Scouts instead of Inquisitor. And then he's like, oh crap, I got 4 Atrophies that are just dud cards now. So, I don't know if he's going to have, Atrophy sideboarded. The Inquisitors work so nicely, obviously, though. I could sideboard these out for 4 Scouts, and I could sideboard the 2 Wild Growths out for 2 Wild Auras. I think, that's something I could do. I think I might just leave it. If he sideboards, if he kills all the Inquisitors, well, that's too bad for me. It will be pretty problematic, honestly, but not the end of the world. So I'm just gonna risk it. If it does go badly and he has sideboarded in, I can then do the Scouts plus the Wild Auras next game. So let's not even sideboard anything. I didn't really get to see much of his deck there. I know he's definitely going to be running Scouts and stuff, but yeah, the idea hopefully, before he can say Atrophy me, I can buff up my Inquisitors anyway, so it's not really an answer to them, potentially. So that's if I got a Root Dancer out. He might be able to take a few out. We'll see. But I'm just gonna. So what is going on here? So no one's appearing on the list here. So let me try and... What a mongrel. So here we go. Oops. So as you can see, I haven't sideboarded in anything. I didn't really get to see much of his deck. He could, I could have countered his possible counter. Okay, that's not a good hand. I mean, I've got... Yeah, this is not good. So yeah, that's pretty fail there, Neo. But this looks pretty risky to keep. I may risk it, but it's very risky, as you guys can see. I mean, I got that bottle, so it gets me into a quicker battle hopper at least. So he mulled and drew back the exact same. I'll keep this hand. I mean, I think he just had a bugged out hand. Maybe. Let me just. I want to hit enter, but I'm not sure if that'll draw a card or because I'm not sure what he just said. Alright, so bugger, I'll just keep it. I'm pretty sure he just said something about... Yeah, he mulled and drew back the exact same 5 cards, less 1 card. So I'll keep my hand, we're both on a pretty bad, Mine could potentially be better. I mean, the fact that he mulled, I mean, I don't know if... Yeah, I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just, he drew back, he just got unlucky and just drew back the same cards. So that was nice, getting that there. So my risk paid off, well, potentially. I still do need another blood to be able to play this on turn 3. But yeah, just getting the blood there is made me feel a lot better about this. But, I mean, unfortunately for my opponent there, he did mull and, yeah, apparently got back what he drew, what he already had. So that's extremely unfortunate for him. I mean, obviously it wasn't a good hand if he had to mulligan. So if he didn't really get anything new, then is he not even playing a second resource? I feel really bad for him. Honestly, I do. I kept a risky hand though, but yeah, now it's not as risky anymore, obviously. But yeah, I mean, anything can still happen. So yeah, I could bring in a battle hopper here. So there's my other blood. So let's see. I might as well. Obviously, he's not going to murder a battle hopper. So I might as well bring it in now. Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy. I don't know how did he have just a handful of resources last game? Is anyone is that what he was sitting on? I mean, he didn't play anything, so I'm assuming he just did, which would just be crazy bad luck for him. And I feel really bad for him in that sort of situation because I mean, it could happen to anyone. Just sitting on all resources. He covers these cards. Okay, I could do that as well, I guess. I got my little. Where's my little thing? For British eyes only. Arrested Development reference there, but I will take it off. I mean, I didn't really see the point. I doubt my opponent will look. But yeah, I could have done that. So my opponent's still. Yeah, this is. That's obviously not good for him. you can see through it. Yeah, well, that's because you're British, so you can see through the blocker there. Can you play 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, which should be 12, so it would be 2 hours difference from today, so that'd be like 10 a.m. for me. Yeah, I mean, that should be fine. Actually, wait, tomorrow is... What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. I don't think I'm doing anything to... Yeah, that should be fine. 10 a.m. tomorrow should be fine. But yeah, I mean, you're getting a bit ahead of yourself, man. He could still beat me. I mean... but yeah. Yeah, tomorrow for me is Monday, because I'm in the future, being Australian. But yeah. I mean, I feel really bad for him, getting all resources last game, and I mean, the unfortunate thing as well, it makes for not a very exciting matchup. So he did hit a resource, that's cool, but he's probably a bit too late. But at least he's got something. The future's pretty good. It's not bad. So I'm losing track of the... I'm losing track of the what's going on. So I mean, I really wanted to show, me stealing him his like scout or something after killing it. I really wanted to do that. Maybe I still have the potential to do it, obviously, but this does look like it's going to really go in my favor here. So I mean, I could draw some cards here if I wanted. I could attack him and just let it die. Let's see. So somebody wants the lottery numbers. Sorry, man, I can't do that. Keep them for myself. I mean, I could blood aura and attack, but unfortunately, the way the lifesteal works as well. Actually, let's just attack first. But yeah, the way lifesteal works at the moment is if it gets blocked, you'll do 1 damage to the creature to kill it, and you'll only heal for 1. So it's not that great. But I mean, this is the target I'm wanting to use this on, so I might as well. I mean, he's gonna block. Pretty much no question about that. So yeah, I mean, I might as well. Let's just do it. So I get, I'm only going to heal for 1 though. So you guys will be able to note that. And if it was magic, you would heal for the creature's damage. And that's probably how it should work. But yeah, at the moment it's just, it's just going to heal for the damage it does to the creature, to kill it. You don't get that. Oh wait, it looks like they fixed it. I'm pretty yeah, I mean, it looks like they fixed it. So that's cool. That's good to see. So I guess they fixed that when they fixed the... I actually haven't tested to see if when you block with a guy with lifesteal, if you're still healing for double the creature's damage, because that's something that was happening as well. But that's good to see, because now when I replay this guy, I'm getting 4 damage in and healing for 4 once again. So I just play in my other Inquisitor now. So yeah, as you can see, I'm off to... this is... I got really lucky hitting those bloods. And now I've got plenty of resources. My opponent just not getting any resources there. I really feel bad. But, if it was a normal game, I'd go easy on him. But this is a tournament, so I'm not going to let up. And he's got a Crash of Beasts out. I mean, this still could, if he potentially gets more Crash of Beasts, he could turn this around. It's unlikely, because, I'm going to be healing for a bunch, and yeah. But the potential is still there. But yeah, getting off to a start like that. Crash of Beasts is that strong that he could potentially just flood the board with a million rhinos. So let's bring in this guy. So he's going to do 4 damage now, and I'm going to heal for 4. So I'm going to go up to 29 here. So, pop. Need to bring in another Battle Hopper because I've still got this one. And that, it'll be necessary sacrificing that guy. So I'll just attack in here. He will block it. I'm pretty sure he'll block it. Especially if he's got more Crash of Beasts in hand. He's not going to mind. You can't really afford, you can't afford to go down to 7 health, which he did. I mean, that's really risky. What if I've got Life Siphons in hand again? Maybe he's just like, whatever. Maybe he's got... yeah, no, I mean, I think he probably didn't take that just because he wants to be able to block here. I'm still not sure why he hasn't brought out a Battle Hopper. He could have done that last turn. So now he does it. I mean, he could have had that out and he could have blocked that 3 damage. Because, I mean, that 3 damage is pretty important. When your opponent could, have a Life Siphon. Going down to 7 is really risky. So, Chaos Key, I'm not worried about that. I didn't put that in my main deck just because it is so hard to play. 5, you play it for 2, then you play it for... If you can get it out on turn 2, it's okay, because then on turn 5 you could kill something. But, yeah, I mean... I see it more as a sideboard. If you're planning to be aggressive, like this deck, it did have... It's not super aggressive like Mono Ruby or something, or Mono Wild, but it can go really fast, as you saw in the first game. Even though my opponent did get resource flooded, the spiders can just get buffed, and just getting all spiders here is just mental. I mean, really. This is pretty damn awesome. So I could do a few things here. I mean, obviously I could play in another spider. So let's first attack. See what he does. I could also steal his sensei if I just wanted to, just be a dick. He'd just be like, yoink. But yeah, for now I'll just attack, and then he has to block here. He will double block. So he's probably going to kill... He will kill the lifesteal one, of course, because it's also the highest cost one. So it's not something I can just replay and win. So he should be blocking there. He may also have, you know, wild growth and stuff, you know, which I'm sort of hoping he does. You know, I don't want him to be dead just yet. I'd rather have a, you know, an exciting game. So yeah, no combat trick, fair enough. So as you can see, I've still got, yeah, this guy's going back into my hand. So if I draw another resource, I could play him later on. For now though, you know, I'm not. So I'm thinking I could even, I mean, I could obviously play this spider here. I could do that. But I think I just want to get some card draws, so let's just do that. You know, if I wanted to really, you know, I probably should have done this. You know, if I really want to, you know, I'm probably giving my opponent a bit of a chance here by doing this. It's a bit risky. So let's see, what can I steal? I mean, I could steal. There's nothing really in my grave I want to get, but if I wanted to, I could steal like a sensei or a rhino even. So let's bring in our other battle hopper. But yeah, I think I'll just leave it as that. Yeah, so I'm not going to be stealing anything. Got 2 extinctions, so even if he brings on threats, you know, like if he does like another Crash of Beasts followed by another Crash of Beasts, I've got the answers ready. And that's, you know, thanks to the necessary sacrifice there. It's such a good card draw. You know, 3 cards and all on. So he's got an atrophy. Okay, so he did sideboard it in, as you guys can see. And unfortunately for this guy, you know, well, unfortunately for my opponent as well, I've got, you know, still 2 others in my hand. You know, 1 I can't play yet. I'm at 33 life though, which I honestly didn't even look at until now. Yeah, I can't play that Inquisitor, which is, where is he? This one, because it will crash the game, I believe. So I'd be able to play it if it was, you know, fatal damage. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be needing it. You know, my opponent's just now 4 resources. You know, I'm at 7, but 7 thanks to that card I used before, the whatchamajiggers. I could have actually played the Root Dancer there, buffed up this guy, but I'll just play in the 7 cost, get some more life, and that's just puts him down to death basically. Because next turn I can just play the other Inquisitor there. So I mean, there's so many things I could have done, but really, I don't think it matters. I mean, unfortunately, my opponent, yeah, just not getting those resources at the start. You know, that's something. Yeah, I took a risky hand where I could have just been like sitting on those 2 wilds or whatever it was. Yeah, 2 wilds, and then I just got no bloods. I would have then just been in trouble as well. So we both would have been, you know, since he's So yeah, I mean, he's saying GG, so he's got nothing. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad for him there, because he, you know, the first game he got resource flooded, and this game he just got resource screwed. Yeah, I mean, as he said, you know, it happens. It could have happened to anyone. It could happen to the best of us. So there's another Inquisitor just to, I mean, honestly, that's just pretty mental, getting all my Inquisitors. So, I mean, I can just play this now and finish him. Honestly, with these kind of draws, you know, yeah, I think this game would have went pretty well for me, getting all these Inquisitors so early. But yeah, so there's the game. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show you guys the cool tricks I had in store for him. But yeah, I'll show you guys the deck again. And so as you can see, you know, we got to see the blood aura on the Inquisitors there. That, you know, that just, as you saw, my health pool just kept going up and up. We had the wild growths, which were potentially, you know, there to kill the scouts when they're trying to attack in. Because I could say, for example, I played an Inquisitor and I've attacked in with it, and then he plays a scout, and like he wants to, you know, he thinks all I've got is a battle hopper or something. I could potentially kill that scout with the wild growth. That's why, you know, the main reason for using this, as you can see, I've got no murders in the deck, and that's because I figured wild growth, you know, combat tricks will do the job, you know, and also can potentially just give me that extra oomph to finish my opponent as well. So it could be used to kill the champion, or, you know, combat trick because I got a lot of weenies. You know, I have the battle hoppers from the charge power, senseis for cantrip effect, and then I've got the highborn as well that I could target, which then turn into a battle hopper when they died. So I figured it was very likely that if I had drawn a wild growth, I'd be able to combat Tricky's dudes. And then you got the extinction to just blow everything up, because I really wouldn't lose much. If I had this in play, I'd still get a battle hopper after it, so I'd still have blockers. These guys go back to my hand. The root dancers here, I'd lose them, but if I really had to, I could bring them back if I really, really needed them. But yeah, so I mean, I think it's a pretty good deck. It was really built. I mean, it could potentially work against other things. As I said, it could work. I feel it could work pretty decently against like a aggressive Ruby deck. Maybe not mono Ruby with the amount of crazy stuff they can do, but you've got this. This alone stops Ruby Pyromancers attacking, and it also stops charge powers really, because you got the battle hoppers, and then you got this, and then another battle hopper. So you got lots of blockers that you can have really quickly. And Ruby, aggressive decks really rely on getting that damage in quickly. And just overwhelming you with too much damage, and then you just die in, say, turn 4 or 5. Whereas this has the potential to slow that down, and then you just blow it all up. You could block with these and the battle hoppers, then you blow everything up, and then you play, or you play your Inquisitor in as well, which you block with, and then you potentially extinction, and so on and so forth. And if they're running, again, you could potentially steal some of their troops if they're running like Blood, or if it's a wild aggressive deck, say you blow up their honeycaps, for example. Say then you just steal their honeycap with a Call to the Grave, and say they then got a fist on board. That honeycap would get stronger by you playing it again. And yes, I can sell that, so I will do that now, guys. I will come to this. I will go to the, I believe it's the Shaggy stream, and then I'll join you guys on Skype, I guess, as well. And so I will basically mute my stream and go to their stream and talk to them about the games and so on. So I will talk to you guys. I'll be back on my stream later.